The content of this video is not medical advice or a substitute for physical therapy. Please consult your physician or physical therapist before starting any exercise program.
In today's tip, I'm going to share with you a core stability progression. Now, this one is fun and challenging, and I love it because it uses everything. So not just your abdominal muscles, but shoulder muscles, hip muscles, arm and leg muscles. Everything gets a little bit of a workout in this one. And to begin, all you need is a nice wide open space, and we're going to go down to all fours. Now, in all fours, I want you to make sure you have your hands under your shoulders, knees under hips. You're going to make sure your head's aligned with your spine and your pelvis is level. That's going to ensure that your lower back is in a neutral position. And then you'll gently spin your elbow creases forward to stabilize your shoulders a little bit in this position. Now, if this bugs your wrist, the modified position would be to use a step stool or a box that you can place your forearms on. Just be sure you align your elbows under your shoulders, right? So like right angle elbows, and that the surface you're using places your shoulders at or slightly above pelvis level. Okay, now to continue with our first part of our progression, what I want you to do is take a breath in, exhale, compress and brace your abdominals, and you're going to lift a knee in an opposite hand, ideally without shifting sideways or dropping a shoulder or hip. All right, let's do that again. So you take a breath in, exhale, compress and brace, lift the knee in opposite hand. Once again, breath in, exhale, compress and brace, lift the knee in the opposite hand. And then the last one, breath in, exhale, compress and brace, knee in opposite hand. Now, once you're able to complete a set or two of maybe 5 reps per side without shifting sideways or dropping a shoulder or hip, you're ready for the next step in the progression, which I think is much harder. And actually the start position for that next step is even a progression from what we just did. So next step in the progression, we go again to our all fours position. Make sure all your alignment principles are in order. Elbow creases forward, take a breath in, exhale, compress and brace your abdominals. This time you're going to press into your hands and feet to hover your knees off. Now let your knees stay low. If you push too hard and take your knees up in the air, that changes the position, changes the exercise, and it can make it a lot easier, but it can also put you at risk for losing your alignment. Now from this position, take a breath. Exhale, compress and brace your abdominals really strong and lift a hand and foot. Breath in, exhale, compress and brace, lift a hand and the opposite foot. Breath in, exhale, compress and brace, hand and foot. Breath in, exhale, compress and brace, hand and foot. So definitely a much harder variation. Once again, you're trying to avoid shifting sideways or dropping a shoulder or hip. Once you're able to complete, say, a set or two of 5 on each side, so it really depends on how much volume you want to do here, right? If you can complete a set or two of 5 on each side, lifting each diagonal pair without a whole lot of shifting or losing your position of your shoulders and hips, you are ready for the third step in the progression. But before we go there, I just want to remind you that if you find this content helpful, please click like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also please share this with friends and family members who you think would really benefit from it. We really appreciate that. All right, now, our third step in our progression, we're going to move this pattern forward, which means we're going to actually crawl, which is pretty fun. But I want you to maintain level shoulders and a level pelvis throughout the crawl. So once again, we're in all fours position. Elbow creases are forward, hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips to start. You're going to exhale, compress and brace your abdominals. Press into your hands and feet to hover your knees off, and then you're going to move forward like a 4-legged animal. 1 foot and the opposite hand. Small steps, really working on that abdominal strategy, continuing to take little breaths so that you can keep your abdominals strong and braced through the whole thing. Now, once you've done a few steps forward, let's take it backwards. So same start, you're going to exhale, compress and brace those abs to lift the knees off. And then you're simply going to walk backwards. Little sniff breaths in between so you keep those abdominals braced and strong. so they can stabilize you until you return to start position. So I hope you like that as much as I do and you found it fun and challenging. It's all I've got for you this week. So keep practicing, and until I see you again, keep moving and be well.